Hello soulmate, welcome to class. In this class you will learn how to draft a trouser, and that trouser will be with a continuous waistband. Trouser is made in different ways and band is being attached in different ways. Band will be cut together with the pattern. So first thing first, if you lay down your pattern, you draw a green line. That means a line that you would demarcate where your pattern is starting from. This is the line. You draw this line. You measure your M allowance. My M allowance is 2 inches. From the M allowance, you measure your trouser length. I was recording before and I didn't know that my video stopped, so that's why you're seeing all these lines. But let me that's why I'm re-explaining. This you measure from your M allowance straight up. It is 40. This is your trouser length. So from the trouser length, you will measure. I told you that this trouser is made. It will be a continuous waistband. You will measure where your waistband will pass through. Where your waistband will pass through, you will measure it. And our waistband normally it is 1 inch. Depends on the waistband that you want to, but that wide one is 1 inch. So you measure 1.25 for ease. 1.25 from the trouser length. From the trouser length measurement, that's where you measure 1.25. So you measure that straight band. So from this trouser length upward, you measure another 1.25, because it's what we use to cover the waistband. We use this to cover the waistband. I hope you understand. So you measure the same thing you measure for the waistband. That's what you measure up again, 1.25. So that's what we'll do this. So this one will be the band cover. So we'll still need another 0.5. You understand later on. You have to use 0.5 to fold it in and have that neat finishing of having a waistband. So you measure another 0.5. In the sewing class, you get to understand why we have all this cover. But just stay with me. This is the band cover, and what the seam allowance you use to cover this. So just ignore all these parts. All our measurements will start from this trouser length. All measurements you will use for the foundational part of the trouser and the leg part of the trouser, everything will always start from this trouser length. I hope you understand. So the next thing we'll do now is to measure our hip length from your waist to where the fuller part of your hip is. That's what we call the hip length, and mine is 8 inches. So this is 8 inches. As you can see, you measure it like this, 8 here, you come into the middle, you measure it like this, you come here, you measure it like this, then you connect it together so that your lines will be straight. So after doing that, you measure your crotch. Here, the crotch of the client is 27. So you do 27 divided by 2. 27, this is 27 divided by 2. 13.5. So you measure 13.5 from, remember, all measurements will start from the trouser length. 13.5. This is the hip length, and this is the crotch. I hope you are getting what I'm explaining. So from the trouser length again, don't forget we are measuring all our vertical measurements now. That's what we are doing. So from the trouser length, you measure your ankle, the instep. If you measure back from the trouser length, remember it will be the instep. That's 40, the instep. So let's take our horizontal measurements now. Horizontal measurements from your hip length here, you will measure your hip measurements. The hip we are working with is 40. 40 divided by 4, that's 10. You put in 10. So also on the trouser length here, you measure your hip. You measure your hip. So you put in also 10. On the crouch, you measure 10. So you rule a straight line to connect the hip measurement. So also on the crouch here, you insert your lap measurement. Remember your lap is always divided into 2. So your lap divided by 2. The lap I'm working with here is 25. So 25 divided by 2. 25 divided by 2 is 12.5. So you insert 12.5. So this is it. So on this place, this is very, very vital. This is the point where you will see trouser that will be rumpled on the thigh and the crotch area. Is because the crotch measurement is not taken properly, or this part we didn't pay attention to it. It's not everybody that is on this platform that doesn't know how to cut and sew a trouser, but there's always a problem with either the crotch, either the client is unable to sit and all. That is why this foundational class is very, very important. So this crotch is very, very important. Remember, let me retake this part again. You measure your crotch, and on this crotch measurement, on this crotch line, you will insert your thigh measurement. You insert your thigh measurement, which is 12.5. So the thigh measurement, after inserting that, you will come up here diagonally by 1 inch. To get that perfectly, use this multipurpose ruler. You place this ruler here, this rotator that is here, you place it on 90 degree. You see it there, you see it there on 90 degree. Place it angle 45, just for you to be able to connect the angle 45. That's how to get the perfect angle 45 of this part. And here you come up by 1 inch. Here you come up by 1 inch. This is 1 inch. You rule, and this is the 1 inch. Okay, so you now take this, you place this here and connect to the hip. Make sure that your curve rule is hits the 1 inch perfectly. Make sure it hits the curve rule perfectly. Just make sure that you place your ruler very well. If you can't get it at once, make sure that you are trying till this thing is seated properly. Don't draft when you are in a hurry. It is very, very important. That's what pattern drafting is here. You will always use your pattern once you get it right. So, and that is it. Okay. The next thing we'll do is to come to the leg part of the pattern. This is the foundational part of the pattern, and this is the leg part of the pattern. You will measure this crotch here, and you divide it into 2. So 12.5 divided by 2, 6.25. You measure the lap measurement. You divide it into 2. So you take this lap measurement, which is 12.5. You measure it here. You find the middle line, which is 6.25. And on the ankle part here also, you measure it. This trouser, I don't want it to be too wide, and I don't want it to be too skinny. I want it to be in between. So we have to manipulate some things here. So pay attention to me. So after getting the middle line of this, you have to get the middle line of this too. You measure the 6.25 also here, and you connect this together. So this is the middle of the pants. This is like a green line, like that part that if you iron your trouser, the gator that will be there. This is the middle of the trouser. So on this ankle, why did I write ankle? Sorry, this is the knee. This is the ankle. Sorry. If I've been making that mistake since, so try to correct that. I know you would have seen the mistake already. This is the knee part, not the ankle. So on the knee, the measurement I have for my knee is 18. So, and I want to use 20 because I don't want it to be too skinny. I want to use 20. Then the lap divided by 2, it is 10. So what you now do is that this 10 divided by 2, this 10, you divide it by 2 again. The circumference of one lap, it is 20. What I want to use, it was 18 before, but I upped it. I have to, because I don't want to be skinny, like I said before. 20 divided by 2, it is 10. So it's 10 that we want to have 10 here. So for the 10 now, we have to divide the 10 into 2. So to now place the 10 here, you come into this green line that is here. You measure 5. 5 to this side. 5 to this side. It was from the middle here. Don't measure it from here and measure 5. You place the tape rule on this middle here and you measure 5 from this place. And you come into the middle here again. You measure 5 for you to understand. You place your tape rule here like this. And you measure 5 to the side here. Do you understand? This is the new lap that we are working with. Let's bring it down so that it will be a straight pant. Do you understand? So from here, the 5 that is here, you place it here also. So the next thing we'll do now is to connect the lap area by using the right ruler. It is very, very important to use the right ruler for things like this. So this is it. If you use this can do also. This can serve also. In case if this is what you have, it can serve the same purpose. That's what I'm saying. So you connect this with this. And from here you connect this to this. You use the straight part of the ruler to connect this. This is coming straight, not going in again. So this is the end of the front pattern. So that is that for the front pattern, and I hope you understand. Let me make a recap so that we understand better. So I really want you to get this band part before we move into the other part of the trouser. So let me take it again. After you have your pattern, you will measure your grain line. That will serve as where all your measurements will start from, like this. You measure this. You measure your grain line. From your grain line, you measure your M allowance, which is 2 inches. That's why I use my M allowance, which is 2 inches. So the M allowance, you measure from the M allowance, you measure your trouser length, which I'm working with 40. The trouser length is 40. So from the trouser length, after measuring the trouser length, you measure your band. I'll be using 1.25 for my band. I measure that straight. And after that, from this trouser length upward, from this trouser length measurement upward, I measure 1.25. Also, that will be the band cover. And also, I measure 0.5. That will be what I'll use to tape cover in to have a neat finishing, 0.5 inch, and that is that for that. And all measurements will be taken from the trouser length. So after that, I measure my hip length, which is 8 inches. From my hip length, I measure my crotch. My crotch is 13.5. That is the length. After that, I measured my hip circumference, which is 40. 40 divided by 4, which is 10. So I measure 10. I place it on the hip length here. Same thing, I measured it on my crotch here, and I measure it on the band, because we want the same measurement of the hip to be on the waist. If it is not on the waist, you measure your waist measurement and you want to wear your trouser, it will be very, very hard for you to wear your trouser, because you are using band and it must be elastic enough to be able to accommodate your hip. That's why you are taking your hip measurement to your waist measurement, hip measurement on the waist. Then you rule a straight line down, and on the crotch measurement here, you place your lap or your thigh measurement on it. Mine is 12.5. After placing it on it, you mark it. Then you come up diagonally by 1 inch. This part is important, like I said, and you connect with your curve rule. You connect this with your curve rule. After connecting that, you measure you divide your lap divided by 2, which is 6.25. You bring that down here and you place that down here. That's your lap measurement. I hope you understand me. Sorry, my lap measurement is 20, like I said, because I wanted it to be a bit free. 20 divided by 2 is 10. From this place, you measure 5. And from this place, you measure 5. Altogether, it is 10 inch. You bring that straight down, and then you have the front pattern of your trouser. Beginners, please, this pattern is just half of one lap. If you want to cut it on your fabric, you fold your fabric into 2. Then you place this pattern on it to have a full lap of the trouser. Let's cut this out. This trouser pattern can be altered to any form of pattern. It is very, very important to get this part and understand it better, because this is the basic pattern of a trouser. And if you don't get this right, you always see trousers and you always run to YouTube or run to your friends for them to teach you this, that. But you understand the basic of a pattern very, very well, you are good to go to cut any trouser pattern of your choice. So make sure you get this part. It is very, very important. If you have any question, please drop it in the comments. If you have any question, please drop it. Send a message. It's very, very important. I'll attend to all your questions. So for those that doesn't really understand what is going on with this band, let me explain now. This will be used to cover this. This is where the elastic will be. You place the elastic here. So you use this to cover this. And after 0.5 inch, you fold it like this. You use this to cover it like this. And you top stitch. You see that way? You have a very, very neat waistband. I hope you understand now. Thank you. Let's draft the back pattern. Hello, soulmates. Welcome back to class. So this part, the first thing you will do if you lay down your pattern paper, like I always say, is that you measure your green line, a straight line where all your measurements will start from. To draft the back pattern of your trouser, you place this on the straight line and you tape it down. You tape it down. After taping it down, you use your tracing wheel. It is very, very important as well. You use your tracing wheel and you trace out all the lines on your front pattern. It is very, very important. So let's trace it out. After tracing all the lines, the first thing we'll do is to add our seam allowance. When we drafted the front, we didn't add any seam allowance to the front pattern. So all seam allowance will be added to the back. If you notice that your trouser, if you have a trouser there, carry it and check. The back is always bigger than the front. The back always move forward than the front, because if our back has bum, our trouser must be able to accommodate our bum. That's why a trouser is structured into being big at the back and more narrow in the front. So all seam allowance are always added to the back. Yes, on this upper part, if you notice that if you wear your trouser, the back, because there's bump there, it will move slightly down, and your undies or your back might be revealing. So to stop that and have a perfectly made trouser is to add 1.5 inch upward here on your crouch, not on the hip part here, on your crotch, sorry, on your crotch or crouch, anyone, you shall get it. So add 1.5 inch upward here. After adding the 1.5 inch here, we'll add 2.5 inch to the foundational part of the trouser. I told you that this upper part is the foundational part of the trouser. This is the place that you alter in all your, this is the basic. In case you have a trouser with that, a wider trouser at the back, different trouser that you normally see that they are being manipulated. This is the place that you normally manipulate. This part is the leg part of the trouser. Most times it's not manipulated, and sometimes you can manipulate it also. So this upper part is where you normally manipulate. But for it to accommodate our bum very well, so we give it ease allowance so that your bum will not press in, because we have measured the exact part, the exact measurement of our hip. So 2.5 to this foundational part of the trouser. And this 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5. So from here you add 2 inches, 2 inches, 2 inches, 2 inches. So let's connect with our ruler. Connect with straight ruler here. Don't mind the things that are written on this part, but I hope you understand that. So this upper part, this is the 2.5 inch and this is the 2 inch. So let's sew it finish. If you go up here by 1.5, you connect it to where this trouser is, where the front pattern finishes. You connect it to the place like this. Have you seen this? So it will connect like this. And that's that for the back pattern. So let's remove our front pattern and draw the lines out. Set this aside. Let's draw out. You might not see it, but if you use your tracing wheel, you will see it. I can see it, but you might not see it. So let us draw it out. So this is the back pattern. Always label your pattern. And here you have it. You have your back pattern. So let's cut it out.
If you watch this video to the end, I hope you've learned something. Don't forget to subscribe. If you have any question, please leave that in the comment section. I will be right there. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time. Bye.